smoky clubs to fields of green, her life took a turn, but her rhythm's still the same. Feel the passion burn. On stage she was a queen, now the land's a throne. Every note she sang now echoes in seeds she's sown. Her journey's just begun, a new chapter in her song. Watch her dance with the seasons, right where she belongs. She was a jazz and blues singer, making her way around the world. The journey stopped, but the song did not. So what's going on with you, girl? She started a YouTube channel and learned how to grow veggies, fruits, and bread, and a bunch of chickens in a row. Diva of the stage to diva in the dirt. Same diva, new life, diva in the dirt. Singing sweet melodies now with the earth. From city lights to moonlit nights, she's found her worth. With every seed she plants, a new story grows. From the mic to the soil, a rhythm she knows. Diva in the dirt, watch her thrive and gleam. Same passion, new dreams on the homestead scene.
Well, welcome. Good to see you here. I do have one of my fabulous co-hosts. I'm just going to bring her right up onto the stage. Please welcome Robin from Robin's Gardens. Yay!
Hello.
I just have to...
Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday? Oh, it is Saturday. You're right. You are correct. Now that we're not allowed to, you can't have those, I made that intro to, for StreamYard, and I'm not allowed to play it. So I have to play it off, and then I have to, turn everything off here and get myself all situated. So I'm all situated. Excuse me, except for I have this ridiculous thing going on. Oh yeah, now I got to turn myself off by volume over here. I didn't do that. So I do want to just, point out our members that are being on the ticker tape at the bottom there. Lots of gifted memberships that have been going on. And so I do really appreciate you being a member of the Diva Club, and where you get to see videos earlier than what I post them. And as well, I do some more behind the scenes where you get to see me in my, they tend to be unedited. There's not a lot of, I don't edit out all, and I try to not, make that weird sounds that I make. But let me just, as more people are coming in, we'll just start saying hellos. And Storms, Radios, and Cats came in and said, all right, get this party started. And of course, Storms and I always love to yell, just so that, he can hear me in Kentucky and I can hear him on Vancouver Island. And there, of course, is our fabulous Miss Sharon. I'd love to know how you are feeling. How are your little eyeballers doing and whatnot? I'm sure Carole will be coming up later. I didn't check in on Shawnee. We did chat this morning, but I'm not sure. I did put her in the list of to be here and to be part of our live tonight. So I'm sure there'll be a few stragglers coming in as we go along. I know Homestead Aquarius, he's driving home, so I am going to be, checking in on him and making sure he gets home safe and sound. So I do have one question before I keep going, just because it's something that I'm going to harass Homestead Aquarius about. Do you know what when you say, it's going to take me about 2 or 3 hours to get home, and so then you say to the person, oh, so you mosey. Do you know what the word mosey means?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because he said
go slow and meander and
exactly. And he said, what does it mean what does it mean mosey? And I went, do not mock me, sir. You're a hillbilly from Alabama and you're gonna ask me what mosey means? So oh yeah, he's in here as well. Diva, I'm rolling home and checking in on you. Keep me entertained. So I don't know, Homestead, did you hear what the definition of mosey is? This should be part of your vocabulary. So, so he says, oh, so the toxicity has already started. Oh my gosh. I'm just going to mute you right now. I'm so glad that, you're driving and listening. And I don't have to put up any of your comments. So we'll just, pretend that you're actually not here. But thanks for being here. I appreciate it. But I do have our topic tonight about our garden superlatives and show and tell. And also with the show and tell part of doing these, we don't have to show, because it's like, even if you look at the picture, the thumbnail, well, that's of a sweet potato that I grew about 2 years ago. And it was the weirdest. It was like, what the heck? And I cut a piece off and we still ate it. Like, it was fine. Like, it just was so weird and gnarly. So, if I didn't bring any, I brought things to show and tell of what's in the garden right now, but I didn't bring anything. I am just going to vote on the things that were in my garden, like, as I described in, if you, too many words, Maureen, what I had put into the description. So anyway, oh yes. And of course, always check to see that you are in the live chat and all messages. Yes, I needed to do that. And I will so do you have anything to show today?
Oh, I did. I put some things to show.
Oh, awesome.
So you want me to start?
I would. So
I have done 17 salsas.
Oh my gosh.
And
look at how gorgeous. I want you up front and close and look at the color and it's beautiful. Wow.
I went downstairs and looked at what we still had. I have 59 canned goods carried over. Can you believe that? Mostly pickles, which is a good thing because I canned no pickles. I have done sauce, and let's see, I have done 10 of these big ones.
Again, look at the gorgeousness.
And these have garlic and onion, and these have this one's plain. And I went that route this year. I usually do it so it's Italian and can, just be used. But I said, I don't always need tomato sauce for Italian. And then this is my latest. This is 9 ketchup.
9 ketchup. How? Okay. Explain what that is, please.
Is delicious.
It looks gorgeous.
Oh my goodness. My friend Danny in Wales sent me a recipe for he sent me these seeds for the Heinz 1350. And this is about the average size of that tomato. It was developed by the Heinz breeders for, making all things tomato, which is what Heinz is good at. Oh, it is so good. His 2 spices that he puts in that were kind of different than anybody else's were allspice and curry powder.
Okay, we do the allspice. While we're continuing on, I am just going to also welcome to the stage our other co-host, Carole, South Florida Sunshine.
Yay!
We're the pink ladies. Pink ladies. Except for I'm in my tagline. None of my other Diva in the Dirt shirts were clean today. So it was like, what are you doing today, Maureen?
I love it. Love it. Get your dirt merch. Get your dirt merch.
Welcome, Carole.
Hey guys. Hey side chat.
Okay, so then is this what we talked about last week in regards to the ketchup? And it was the gentleman who has he's got a channel, right?
Yes. It's called the Grow Up channel.
Right.
But,
okay.
Yeah. So it's the Heinz tomato, and 1350, Heinz 1350. And I'm telling you, you want this in your life. It is a great tomato.
Okay.
You want me
Now,
to keep going?
so if we used a different tomato, would it be as good?
Well, I think if you used a paste tomato, you
Okay.
know, you're growing Amish paste, right?
I'm growing paste tomatoes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Whatever they might be.
Amish? No, I'm growing Italian, not Amish.
No Amish?
Not Amish. Not the Amish. I don't like, and I'm not sure if that is Irish or Armenian or combined. I'm growing Italian ones.
You're growing Italian ones.
Is
What
that
does
the
Amish mean?
your Nona? Is that the
My
Nona
Nonas,
ones
yeah.
that are?
Your
Oh, they're
Nonas,
so
okay.
pretty. They're gorgeous.
Well,
Yeah.
they concentrate down really nicely for you when you do sauce.
Yes.
So that's
Yes.
I think the key. It's
Mhm.
the if you taste that tomato fresh, it has a slight taste of Campbell's soup. You know,
Okay. Yep.
or
Yep.
you know,
Oh, nice.
That's what I have with my sweetie cherries.
okay.
Mhm.
Hmm.
So I don't think I showed this one yet. This is the
Wow.
purple
Look
heart
at the
and
color.
and this is on the small side, but they're all kind of heart shaped like that.
It's so pretty.
And this is really meaty,
Not me.
really, really meaty. My video that's coming out on Tuesday is a tasting.
Cool.
Okay.
Now, I need some help with this one because I bought a plant at a charity sale, and they said that this one was a Alice's dream, but I don't think it is an Alice's dream.
Ah,
So can anybody confirm or, you know,
Mm.
let me know what they think this is? Because it definitely
well, it
doesn't
looks like the
Alice's
tie-dyed one.
dream.
like the Berkeley tie-dye.
Yeah.
Yeah,
little bit,
something like
yeah.
that. Yeah. Just gonna mute you there. Oh,
Pretty.
I've
mhm.
never grown Berkeley tie-dye, so I don't know. Now this one I'm just getting off now.
Oh,
Mr.
Oh my
Charlie
goodness.
Sherman. Every single one of them are this size. I picked one right in the middle between the biggest and not. They're
It's like the
huge.
size of a baby's
They're-
head.
it
It's
is.
huge.
It's not. This one's not ripe yet. I found more hornworms, so I picked everything that's blushing out there.
Mm.
This is Dr. White Cheese Yellow. This is, you know, at the top of our list for flavor.
Nice.
And I wrote down how many I have in the house. Here's 31. I have 31 of these in the house.
Wow. How many plants?
One. And there are that many out there to pick still coming.
Wow.
This is the most prolific plant and it's really, really tasty.
No
I would
wonder
love
why
some of those.
the
I would love to try
hornworms-
those seeds.
Yeah,
It
me too.
is-
I don't think
okay.
it'll work here though.
Dr. White Cheese Seeds, Maureen. And you want to try them, Carole, or you don't think
Yeah,
they'll?
I do. I'm
Okay.
not really sure how well they'll do. The larger tomatoes is really difficult down here.
Ah.
Supposedly, one of the central gardeners said that they did well with, I think it was Better Boy. And I'm like, yeah, the hornworms totally attack that. Like all my larger tomatoes, it seems like even when I grow them in season here, which is our cooler season, we just have an abundance of hornworms. I'm thinking I'm going to have to, in order to get tomatoes, I'm going to have to tool the whole thing and tuck it in and see if I can keep the hawk moths out. But we'll see. Ugh.
Yeah, that's, you know, I mean, and then you just rattle them yourself because it's a perfect little flower.
Yeah, just tap them. Yeah.
Vibrate 'em.
But the tomatoes are actually what made me almost just quit gardening altogether. Because I was trying to do a victory garden when I first started gardening, and I was trying to grow northern crops and didn't know that Florida had this abundance of bugs. And also, if you grow an organic garden and you know you've got chemicals all around you because you're in HOAs, they're like, "Oh, what is that sweetness? No chemicals. Let's go there, everyone." Yeah. I got bombarded my first 2 years trying, and I was like, I don't think it's for me.
This is the
But-
Cuban salami, and I have not tasted it yet.
Wild.
I pulled 3 off today that were, beginning to blush, but
These names.
it's described as having a lot of umami.
Okay. The Cuban salami? Is that what you
Isn't that a
actually
great
said?
name? That's a
Yeah,
great
that's a
name.
wild name.
Yeah. So
Wow.
Everybody coming
that's
in.
like show and tell.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
It's a great show and tell.
It's a great show and tell.
I have set, while you're pulling out yours, I have set up a banquet table. One of those plastic
Amazing.
banquet tables that you pull out
Yeah.
for extra when people are here, just to put tomatoes on.
Wow.
Oh, thanks, Bowtie. It's the little makeup and not feeling the pain I was in yesterday. I figured, it was better not to have a Friday when I'm like wincing.
So I do have
No
one
fun.
of my smaller nonas. This one came from here.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
Isn't that
They're
beautiful
really little
color?
red pumpkins. The,
Yeah.
the like shape. They're so
Yeah, well,
I love them.
it's supposed to be like an Italian pear style.
Yeah.
But this
ridges
I'm
are
very
so
excited about. My storage onions have come in.
Oh, you're doing
there you
onions
go.
now? They're
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, so I've got all the ones that are that they're all drying, but these I just picked a couple of days ago, so I haven't totally clipped them and stuff like that. But I'm just so excited for the size of it.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and I don't know, like I maybe have like 6 or 8, right, all together between I think there is one yellow in there that survived, and I do have more still coming.
Right.
But it's just like, I have storage onions. I'm just going to put them in storage. I'm never going to use them. I'm just going to put them in storage because I grew storage onions, right? Like that's, it's like, so the next super exciting thing, look at this. This is the biggest green pepper I have ever grown. I've grown peppers that would be, about yay big. So this is a California Wonder.
I've heard good things about that.
Mhm.
And like I've got a whole bunch of them. Like I ones that were starting to color a little bit, it was like, I'm going to pick them. But these are all going to go into my, all homegrown salsa. Everything that we're putting in the salsa, like we've already got, a bunch of salsa made, but it's been my goal every year to go, I want to put everything I grow into the salsa. So it's like, it's a fresh homegrown free salsa.
There you go.
And I think I showed you ladies this last week, but this is my pimento pepper.
Yeah, I want to try those. You
So
said
like
they're firm.
It's
So
really,
shiny.
really, really firm. Yeah, and they're just it just tastes like a regular pepper, but I think what I'd like to put some of this into the salsa to see what happens. Does it keep a bit more of its crispness and its form,
Right.
and it's like, yeah, so they're like, and I think this is a bit of a larger one. Again, it'll continue to ripen in the house here. So I had quite a few of those as well. And okay, so I didn't kind of get my answer about the kidney beans last week, about the drying beans. So these are called white kidney beans. Some of them, this guy is probably a bit more dry. I don't think I should open them. I should see if I have a drier one. No, I don't have anything drier. So what I did is I did pick them while they're still a bit more, you can't quite see it on the camera there, but they're a little bit more yellowy, I think. Let me make myself just so that I have the full screen here. And there's a bit of glare. There we go. Now you can see. So they are starting to turn yellow-ish. And so,
and the outside starting to feel a bit papery.
the question about when you're Yes. Not necessarily papery. I think I did have one that was in there that was crispy. No, they all feel a little bit dampish still. They're all kind of dampish. Like this one is more yellow in its color. And it feels drier. I guess I could open it. But it's like, it's a better handful of beans than my Jacob cattle beans. That's for sure.
It's a more prolific producer, you think?
Oh, yes.
It'll be?
Yeah. So nice white.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice white kidney bean. I don't know if that's going to show with the
That's the only kind I can really eat. I can't, is white beans. I have trouble with black beans if they're cooked well, like if you do them like Cuban beans and they're stewed for a while, I can have black beans, but they're hard to digest. But the white beans I seem to do well with all the different white beans. I don't know why. It's really weird.
So my question is, because I don't feel like I got the answer that I understood. So it's like when you pick your beans, it'll grow more beans, but I'm waiting for these to dry on the plant, or do you just pick them while they're green and let them dry in the house?
Right.
If they're for drying,
Uh-huh.
I let them dry mostly on the vine.
Yeah.
Till they turn, kind of papery. And then, you can shell them. I lay them out and let them dry a little bit longer after I, shell them.
Yeah.
And then once you're sure they're nice and dry, you can store them to eat or become seed for next year.
Right. But that's the thing is that you, when you are, the point is you go, how do I get more beans? Hang on, just think. I just mute you when you type, Carole, and then you can unmute yourself.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forget. Yeah.
So like the one that I do are the borlato or borlato beans, and they're once. It's not like a French bean.
Oh.
Where you pick them and more come, pick them, more come. You're eating.
Oh.
When it's a drying bean, they fruit up once and then
they're done. Okay, so now that makes sense because I just thought all beans were the same. You pick them, it'll give you more. So basically, it's like, okay, so you need to plant like 50 plants.
Think of it like, how when you let a plant go to seed, like a cucumber stays on the vine and you've let it go too long. Well, now the plant thinks that, okay, I've done my job. I don't have to do any more.
Right.
Right. But in this case, that's your end goal.
Right.
Is the seed stage, the dry stage.
Yeah. So it's like if you want a lot of beans, then you're going to have to plant a lot of plants.
Yeah. I planted my borlatos in 3 places.
Okay.
Yeah.
I planted mine like 4 or 5 times.
Okay.
I planted them out at the farm. The slugs came and ate the babies, so I planted more. Slugs came and ate the babies. I finally said, okay, I'm not planting any more pinto or red kidney beans because that's what I really wanted. I'm going to plant them at the house, but I got them planted very late.
I love pinto.
And the Jacob cattle beans, they were planted here. I need to do some amendment in that garden bed because every year it's not a happy garden bed with whatever it grows. I planted like peas in the same place like 3 times. And, and my pea plants, got up to about this tall, and it was like, oh, good. We get 10 peas today. How lovely. So, yeah. So, okay. Now that makes sense because it was like, well, when do I pick them? Because I want them to grow more, but I didn't realize they are a one and done. But that's
how my borlatos go.
Okay.
Which are but I'm doing yin yang for the first time, but I only have one surviving one. So I'm trying to let it hopefully dry off, and then it's going to become my seed and do better next year.
Okay. All right. That's cool. That is very cool. I did want to just also, Francesca Mazer, welcome. Nice to see you as well. And thank you for the blessings. We appreciate that. Always good to have a little bit of that, a little bit of this. So I think you're chatting with her as well right now. So awesome.
Oh, I was chatting with Bowtie, but
Okay.
Francesca came in and she's in 6B and she was just asking about fertilizing cantaloupe and watermelon and what people use. One thing when you start them off, if you look up mounding up for melons, that really helps. David the Good has some videos on that, and just basically filling that hole that you create under your mound with lots of compost and even kitchen scraps and things like that, but low, so then it reaches down for that as it's breaking down. But you have to know too what your soil is lacking and what your plant is telling you. If your plant is looking like the leaves are starting to turn kind of yellowish, it could just be that you've gotten a lot of rain and it's rinsing away everything. And then I do like a Dr. Earth's, but I'm not like a big melon grower because we have a problem here with a lot of funguses and we get the powdery mildew really easily. That's why I've got a lot of mulch this year to hopefully put down. But what about you ladies? Because you're closer. I'm, way down in 10B, so it's different for me.
So I'm 5B, and the thing about fertilizer and melons, it's kind of counterintuitive. They like nitrogen. It doesn't seem like that's
yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, but so give them something with a little extra. I mean, don't go nuts, but give them a little extra nitrogen and do it little and often. So something like maybe, that Alaska fish fertilizer that's higher in nitrogen. Every 7 or 10 days, give them a little drink.
Little food.
Yep. And you will find that your melons grow well. Unless you're like me and have cucumber beetles and it takes out the whole freaking patch.
Right.
Yeah. I've heard also like a solution with molasses is also good for melons. They like a little extra sugar.
Oh, okay.
I've heard
Yeah,
that.
you can mix it together with the fish emulsion. I usually do.
Yeah. I just use my poo-poo juice for just everything.
You'll have those.
Well,
yes, I was going to say that.
It's probably got a good bit of nitrogen,
Yes. It ends up becoming quite balanced in that. So anyway, we will get on with our tonight's topic. So tonight we are setting aside the to-do lists and the heavy stuff and leaning into the joy of gardening together. It's about laughter, surprise, and celebrating the little things that keep us going. And so we already have done our show and tell. And so I do want us to...
You skipped me.
Oh, do you have show and tell?
That's awesome. Don't have it like... I don't have like big old tomatoes and stuff, but last time we were together, I took out that rack, and this one is this is most of those are most of the hands. I did give some away. It ended up being about 14 pounds of bananas.
Oh my gosh.
Can't get it. There we go. And there's an avocado in there. That's just a random, my husband picked it up on the way home from work. That's one thing with Florida is people are getting fruit on their trees and they're dropping, so he'll get drops. But yeah, that was about 14 pounds of bananas. So I was freezing bananas today. And of course, I put out a small little short about our dog. Our dog is banana crazy. And then what's coming in? This is so small. What's coming in right now?
Hold that thought.
Roselle. What?
I want you to hold that thought. I'll come back. I'll circle back. Nope.
Okay.
Show us the Roselle.
This is the Roselle. I was taking them off. I'm having trouble because I think something is stealing them. Because within the Roselle itself is seeds. and I think something like the rats or the squirrels or making the pods and getting the seeds. And then these are a little smaller because we weren't having rain. These are the Barbados cherries, or they're called acerola cherries. And they're super high in vitamin C. In fact, that's what they make a lot of, like, the natural vitamin C supplements you take is acerola cherry. And so I'm finally getting some of those in. And
what do they taste? What do they taste like?
They have like a sweet, sour taste. They're great. I love them.
Is it like cherries though?
It's what would you call it? It's kind of. I'll eat one right here. It's like a tropical cherry. It's much better. If you've ever had down here, it's called Suriname cherry. Way better than that. It's not resinous, but it's sweet and tart. And then it's got seeds in it. Instead of one solid seed in the middle, it has a couple seeds in it. But so worth it, because I think it's only a couple of these and you've got your vitamin C for the day.
Wow.
So it's a natural vitamin C supplement. And that's the same thing with the Jamaican sorrel or roselle. Really high in vitamin C.
And are you going to make a tea with that?
Yeah, I dry it and I'm putting them in my mason jars for tea.
That's awesome.
I'm trying to think what else was going today, but I didn't
Can I
really
circle back?
What?
Okay, so when you are pulling off the bananas, it's called a rack.
Yes.
But I think you
the whole thing.
And you said you gave fingers, and so is
the hands.
Did
I
you say
gave the
something
hands.
like that?
When you cut like what you get in the grocery store, that's called a hand of bananas. That's a hand of bananas. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know
I
that.
guess
I thought it was
because they look like
a
fingers.
bunch of bananas.
It can be called a bunch, but it's called a hand of bananas. You're cutting the hand off the rack.
That's
I know
so
it's really
cool.
weird kind of terminology. Like
It is. And last week we had the drumsticks.
Yeah, the drumsticks from the moringa. I didn't harvest any of those, but we had iguana pressure this week. There's new iguanas that are in the yard, and Yosie, oh my gosh, not my friend Yosie. Rosie, our dog, took down an iguana. We thought she killed it. Oh, I hope I could say that word. I went back out to check on it, and all that was left was its tail. And it was a good long tail. It was so gross.
Yes, I saw the picture.
And then Hannah had seen one today that was rather large in the tree. I had filmed one that was large, and then I filmed a baby that's out there. So I've got a lot of iguana pressure this year, so I'm curious to see how things are going to go.
Right.
But as far as like harvesting, I could go in and check my sweet potatoes, but I'm just letting them ride. Like the sweet potatoes are really taking off, and I'm just, set it, forget it. Yeah.
Do you eat the greens at all?
I haven't tried sauteing them. Silly me went and grabbed one and ate it raw. I do eat, and that was gross. I do eat the raw. I have what's called, it's a false roselle, and it's actually cranberry hibiscus, but it's green instead of the red. And that has that nice citrus tang to it, and you can harvest that and eat those raw. And then I just got more tropical, like raw spinaches, which is the Okinawa and can't think of it. We can circle back to it later.
But you don't like the sweet potato leaves raw?
I haven't. Yeah, I don't like it raw.
Okay.
But I want to try and saute it because I've heard it's really good sauteed.
Yeah.
Some other people.
It just tastes green. It just tastes very green leafy.
Yeah, it's just too green leafy. Yeah.
So
and I like salad.
Yeah, we'll just quickly say hello to Kentucky Goblin. Thank you for coming in, sir. And then I think I also saw Food Forest Permaculture. Howie, good to see you. Thank you so much for coming in. And I will try to keep up with it. Hi.
And Bowtie had asked me, no, Bowtie, I do not grow onions yet like Maureen. And it took her some practice too. bulbing up onions down here. It should work because my amaryllis go crazy and they bulb up and they get huge. So I'm thinking wherever the amaryllis are doing well, I'm going to just pluck some onions in there and see what happens. But no, I haven't been really successful with onions. In fact, they usually fry. And I was seeing people talk about false fall in the South and how like we'll get a breeze and we'll get all excited. We don't even get fall until past December, like fall temperatures.
Right.
And really this past year, winter, and which is really your fall temperatures, was like February, January. We're not getting much cool weather. And I need that for the top of my onions so they don't fry.
Yeah. Awesome. So I do want us to play our little game. So it's like, we're in high school and we get to vote. So I'd love for everybody to go around, and whether it is a current plant or whether it's a plant from the past, if you've ever had the most dramatic plant. So we'll start with you, Robin. What is your most dramatic plant?
Oh my gosh, this year it is that cusha. When it has been so hot, like the feel like is like 106, it is such a drama queen. Mm-hmm. Everything wilts and you're like, oh my God, it's dying. They droop right over.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Fine. They're just in defense mode.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It cools down, in the evening, they're like, well, hello, I'm fine.
That's right. False alarm. Everything's fine.
Thank God I didn't die.
Yeah. So, Carole, what would be your most dramatic plant?
I have two, like Robin. Okay. I had the mulberry died probably 3 or 4 times and came back to life before it took off, and now I have a really big, mulberry whatever dwarf tree. And then and that was having a child and it pulling up the mulberry and then it not being in the right place and everything. Mm-hmm. But the other one was it's called a carambola. It's a star fruit here. And you'll see the star fruit sometimes in bowls because they cut it and it looks exactly like a star when they cut it. It's a ridged fruit, high in vitamin C too, really good. But the whole thing died when I brought it home from the nursery. It was like, you took us away from our home. You suck. It just died. And I was like, what did I do? I thought I watered you with the other plants. What's going on? It's finally like coming back to life, but the whole top of it is dead and the bottom part is starting to come back. And I'm like, wow, you come back. I paid good money.
Wow. Wow.
But it's supposed to be a really sweet one. But yes, very much. Very dramatic. Very dramatic.
Yeah, these plants who just like you go out and you think, what do I need to do? And mostly it is, I think it is, ends up being the heat. What would be my most dramatic plant? Again, it seems like we go with the ones that are, they're like, oh, I'm not well today. So I'm trying to think do I have another one that, I would probably say this Georgia candy roaster, just because of it just has taken over everything, right? It's just like, it's like, hello, I am here. Excuse me, you peasants go over there. I need this space because it's just, and it's still doing beautiful and strong and continuing to fruit right now, even though it's got, massive fruit on it. So I think it's my most dramatic, as well. So I don't know if anybody in the chat, do you have a most dramatic plant as we continue on? I'd love to hear if you've got something. This one of your plant. Oh, go ahead.
But one more thing on the cusha. Bowtie wrote a beautiful little story about my cusha.
Oh, right.
And it's over on his community page. So go over after the live or tomorrow.
Yes, he read a little bit of it last night. We have our other co-host. We have Shawnee Groves. Everybody give it up for Shawnee Groves.
Hello.
How goes it?
Welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
So we were just talking about the most dramatic plant.
Hmm.
Do you have a most dramatic plant in your...
I feel like in the past it was peppers because I didn't understand their princessness of the I don't ever want to be cold, and if I'm cold, I will not give you a pepper the whole rest of the year. That's and then so this year I'm trying to grow that sword bean, and it's putting on. It's like over the top of the arbor, but there's no flowers or beans, so that's a little dramatic to me.
That's
What are you
right.
doing?
That's right. I
You
need
know.
more time. I need more time. That's very
Yeah.
good. That's really good. I'm just going to check the chat and see if anybody. Everybody's screaming that Shawnee arrived. Wow.
Yeah, screaming.
They like literally. You got a screen from Bowtie in the Garden. A big one. Okay, so for the next one, most likely to succeed in the kitchen. What of your items will most likely to succeed in the kitchen? And that can be, whether you're going to cook it or whether you're just going to bring it into the kitchen to throw it into the garbage.
I've done that.
I've done that many times. We should bring it in and we hold it for a few minutes and we take a picture of it and then we turn our backs and the next day it's like we have to throw that out. I can't believe it. We're throwing it out.
Right, fresh
Snap
stuff
it.
does not last as long.
So
Yeah,
we'll go again with you, Robin.
Well, I'd have to say my alliums are most
Okay.
likely to succeed. The onions, the garlic, the leeks.
Right.
Yeah.
They're stars.
Okay.
In the kitchen.
Not your tomatoes, like not your, bazillion
No,
pounds of
sauces.
tomatoes that you've actually now given a whole room to.
They're stars, but they're sort of fleeting stars, the alliums they'll keep going, right up until I harvest, hopefully next year.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Did it
That's
again.
awesome. That's awesome. Okay. Miss Carole, what is mostly likely to succeed in the kitchen? Oh, she's muted herself.
Mhm.
Come back to us, Carole. Come back.
I was trying to type to tell Howie that sounds so nice to have fall fair, whatever that feels like.
Mhm.
They might come our way. They fake it.
You got to have a fall first.
Fake it till we make it. Yeah, we light the candles and drink the coffee that's got pumpkin spice in it and stuff.
Right. Right.
The most likely to succeed in the kitchen. Well, of course, we use my bananas up for quite a bit. We use the mulberry. I make jelly out of it. Use it in smoothies. I want to try and make the cobbler, which I still haven't made. The other is the sweet potatoes. Those have done well. I have not gotten into cooking the yams except for like once, and those were good. It's just I haven't gotten a really good size one because they have to go through usually like 2 years of growth. Like you stick them back in and they get bigger.
Oh,
yeah. It's a really odd plant, but now I don't know if I can because it's considered an invasive by the University of Florida. So now I just have volunteers and I might just let them stay in the ground and get as big as they want. We'll see.
Nice.
And, yeah.
Okay, Miss Shawnee Groves.
My herbs are always
Oh,
going to be welcomed into the
Good
kitchen.
answer.
But
Her
you want to know where I
bouquets of
got
dill.
that answer? I got that answer from Mushroom Mark because I went over the questions with him first, and he was like herbs, and I'm like, I'm saying that.
Yeah, that is actually a good answer. I didn't even think about my herbs.
I know.
No,
Didn't even
and
think
you
We
about
have to have them,
peas.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you walk in with your it's like a big bouquet of dill, like it's like in your arms.
Oh, yes.
I just want to thank the garden for providing all the dill for the next 3 years in my arms here. It's like, 6
You gotta-
dozen roses or a bouquet of
Yes,
dill.
the hand
Put
wave.
it- yeah, that perfect that,
That's right.
Yeah.
I just want to thank the
Okay.
garden. Who's most likely to succeed in my kitchen? I'm gonna say my tomatoes, because that's where we will
Yeah.
do, like, we will do the ketchup, we will do the tikka masala, we will do, more salsa, and there's we just keep bringing them in, freezing them, right, letting them ripen, then freeze them, and so it's and I just have to buckle down and go, you know what, I want to, again, here's my other little goal, because it's like I'm gonna make a salsa with all of my own things I grew. But I would like to get every ding dang tomato out of my freezer this year and not start out the season with, 6 in I don't know, it was probably about 20 cups, per bag. I don't want 6 of those when I start the new year next year. I want to come in empty. That's what my goal is. So it's the tomatoes. They will succeed in my kitchen. Ta-ta. So anybody else in the chat, if you have something that's going to succeed in your kitchen, we'd love to hear it. Next one, and this goes with the most dramatic plant, but who are the divas in the garden? Who are your diva plants? Or diva
this confused me because it's like diva or dramatic. Divas are dramatic, so
yeah.
I know.
It is
I
kind
thought,
of the
let's
same.
define, what does diva mean? Is
what
it
is diva?
needs
'Cause
high maintenance, needs expensive jewelry, needs all the
Yeah.
fertilizers and
Yes.
trellising and
does
care?
it
Is
start
that diva?
singing and while
Yes.
you're out there, it sings to you?
Yes.
Oh.
So I've got 2 plants that have had the nickname Diva. The first one was a coreopsis that comes on in the fall. It's purple. And it used to be in a spot where it was really dramatic. And it was extra dramatic because it was in the fall when nothing else was blooming.
Right.
Then I bought a tardiva, which is a hydrangea. So the
Ah.
tardiva got the nickname Diva. So she's the
Cool.
diva, and she's blooming right now. Big white pentacle hydrangea blooms. She's beautiful.
That's awesome.
She is a diva.
How about you, Miss Carole?
Oh, go to Shawnee. She went over her questions
Okay,
much more.
I did, yeah, but I didn't write anything down, actually.
Oh, you did?
Oh,
So not you.
I know.
That's so not
But
you.
you're young and can still remember.
I know.
Yes,
We'll
true.
see. What you, Robin, made me think of is I had planted this hydrangea in a spot that I thought it would do well last year, and I ended up having to build a shade cloth fort because it was just burning up. And then I said, I'll give you 1 more year, right? So it's still in the ground, and all it's done is put on leaves. And so I want to move it at this point to another location to see if it'll bloom next year and be happier, because it doesn't like where I put it.
Plants are like that.
Yeah. Since we have, I'm gonna wait for the biggest show off because that's the prettiest bloom. For the diva, I would say I have 2 plants. One is the Barbados cherry because you think you've watered it enough and it's go out the next day and it's like, oh, you didn't water me. I'm like, yes, you were watered. What is wrong? Like, what is wrong? And then the other one is called a Rollinia, and that's the one. It's a new one to me. It looks yellow and spiky. It's a weird little fruit that I'm hoping to get and try. But the tree itself is like, yeah, you've got to give it extra water. And now, same thing, will wilt like the Barbados cherry. And if you give it too much water, she's now turning a little yellow. And I'm like, you are going to be something to deal with. I don't know if I should have put you in.
Yeah.
Because what if I don't even like your fruit?
Exactly. And why are you so much work?
Why are you so much work? Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
One of mine would be, are you done, Carole? Sorry.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
It's like, Maureen and her dumb questions.
No, these are cute. I like it.
One of mine would be my Angelica. And you're technically like, it is a 1-year plant, but it get and and I bought it from a little girl who had a little stand, and I think she was charging like, I don't know, $7 or whatever bucks, or maybe $10 for it. And it was like, and I put a 20 in her thing, her dad's like, cause I said, she wasn't there. And I said, I'll just give it to you. Or should I put it in the bin? I said, oh, I'll put it in the bin, because she'll open it up and it's like a 20. And anyway, and it's a really great medicinal plant, Angelica, because you can do the roots, the flowers, the stalks, the seeds. And has my herbalist daughter ever done anything with the seeds? No. But anyway, this dramatic plant, it gets these great big bulbous kind of seed pods, and it spreads them everywhere. You name it, it is I will spread my joy throughout your yard. I will grow in the little crevice, the teeny tiniest crevice on the cobblestone path. I will grow, and you will have a hard time pulling me out. And it also is a little on the dramatic side, because again, and it's supposed to be able to grow in full sun. I grow it in a pot in the shade. And when it is warm, it goes, oh, it is just too hard for me to be perky and alive. And so, you come and water it, and then it's like, okay, I'm fine. But let me keep spreading myself around. It's like the lemongrass, or not lemongrass, lemon balm. Actually 3 of them it's the lemon balm, this Angelica, and the tall verbena. I have that.
I would love verbena.
And it's just, it's a beautiful little, it's a purpley bluish flower or whatever, but it's in every pot. And I just see their little spikes, and it's like, wow, you made it way over here. Wow, you're in the front yard. I just have one bit of it in the back, and it's like, no, we have it everywhere. And so they are the dramatic ones. So anyway, those are my 3, but it's that Angelica where it's like, oh my gosh, it's great. So I am just gonna. Anybody else in the chat have? Passamaquoddy, welcome. You're never late, darling. Anybody else have a diva in their garden besides me?
That's what Mark's answer was
Maureen.
Yeah.
Maureen. Yeah.
Maureen.
We could have Maureen in our garden other than just on our phone. Would be nice.
Yeah. Okay, so this one was hard for me, and I'll have to be thinking about it, because I didn't make a list for myself. I just thought I'll fly by the seat of my pants. The hardest worker in your garden besides yourself.
Right.
What is the hardest working plant?
For me, it's chard, Swiss chard. It starts at the beginning of the season. It makes it through all of the drama of the heat and whatever in the middle of the summer, and then it's there in the fall right until the frost takes it. And sometimes it will come back in spring. Short-lived at that point, but it'll give you a little something again in the spring before it tries to flower. So chard, mine is chard.
Yeah. I'm just going to pop in this for the last one. Was Kentucky Goblin said, the only diva in the garden is me. He's his own diva. And I will just say a quick hello to Mother Earth Garden Club. Thank you so much for coming in and hanging out with us.
Good to see you.
So, so so Swiss chard. And we'll go to Shawnee.
Again, what does it mean? What does hardest worker mean? Does it mean it survives and just keeps providing? Like instantly Mark and I went to potato, which is funny because that's like the little picture on it. Yeah. And I go, why do we feel that a potato is the hardest worker? Is it because we can get so much out of it if it's grown right and it lasts so long in our pantry and I don't think I should use the word nutritious, but it does a lot for our bodies and we need it.
Potatoes are nutritious.
Can we use the word nutritious?
Right? They have vitamin C and they're great, very filling. Yeah.
Especially with the skin.
Yeah. Because I go, well, the strawberries run all over. Does that mean they're hardworking? We only get the berries like in 1 month of the whole year. So I thought,
So
I can't
no.
say that's the
Yeah.
hardest worker at all, you know?
Mhm.
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 And you could just keep planting the potato over
Yes.
and over
It's
again.
true. That's true.
Yeah, and you can leave a potato in the ground over the winter, and well, depending on your zone, but it can just keep coming back. Like I have a
Yeah.
lot of volunteer potatoes, so I would agree that it is a hardworking and it's a good sustaining plant, right? When you do have the hunger gap, you can go out and dig up. Oh, look we've got potatoes in the garden, right? As long as they've not been
Right.
bugged up and whatever. So, so Miss Carol.
Hey DCBs. Let's see. Hardest working, I would say, like you said, with potatoes, ours would be sweet potatoes and yams because they volunteer
Yes.
themselves. Once I've
Yeah.
planted them, they volunteer themselves. Of course, the banana.
Mm-hmm.
Banana is always there for me. And then, of course, the mulberries. And if I harvested it more, I would say both my moringa and my chaya. Both of
Mm-hmm.
those super, super nutritious. It's just a matter of now I will not harvest the moringa, but just getting the chaya and having to boil out the poison.
That's right.
Arsenic or something. I forget what it is. But yeah, you have to boil it for 20 minutes and then do something with it. But it's always there and you just cut it, stick it in the ground, and you've got chaya down here. So
Yeah.
got a couple of them. I'm
So
very
I
grateful.
think is it Francia? So are your red cherry tomatoes and sunflower, are those your hardworking or were
Nice.
those your divas? That's my question for you. And
Right.
yeah, so I think for me, I'm gonna agree, the hardest working one. I'm gonna say the same thing. Sort of potatoes, yes and no, but my Swiss chard. Like it just and because of where I live, the Swiss chard keeps going all through the winter,
Right.
even if we get a snow. And
Mhm.
like I just let it keep going, and mostly it feeds the chickens, right? Especially in the winter.
Right.
So there is that nice green. Um, broccoli would be a second because again, not this year, no, not this year, but because I've picked a few tiny broccoli crowns into
Right.
January, and so it's like we were just getting buckets and buckets of broccoli crowns throughout the summer once the first head is gone. So, but the chard is the one thing where it's just like, and you set it and you forget it, and it's just like it doesn't. It's like, oh, you didn't feed us. It doesn't. It doesn't. It just seems to look after itself. So,
Mhm. Yeah.
DCBs says green beans are my hardest workers normally.
Huh.
But he did have a question about his green beans and corn seem stunted this year. My green beans seem about half the size of the bushes. Yes, I agree, DC. I think it's our weather because DC is
Yeah.
he's over here near me. My beans are like they're barely producing. Like
Mm.
I did pick some. I didn't show those.
Some people were saying the weather and also because of the fires, the smoke was affecting the UV, the sunlight for
Right.
some areas. I'm not in
So
that area.
this is the. I'm just looking for all the green ones here. So there might be four more. So this is going to be from multiple plants, more than 4 plants. This is what I've got. And this is the third or fourth time I've picked. So we're talking like up to 6 plants, and this is all I'm getting from a picking, and then it's weeks and weeks. So I think it's the weather. I think it's could be some of the pollution that's falling out onto us that that it's affecting it. Beans did not do well. Like I should be able to. I've been able to, feed my whole family. Like 7 of us, and still canned green beans. That's what I would normally have. And you go, like, that's great for Marissa and I. I should be just like, oh my goodness, there's so many beans. And it's all different varieties. Like I've got the Vortex, I've got homegrown Romano. I forget the other one that I got from Rainbow Seeds. And I also did a Romano from Rainbow Seeds. So, but
I wanted to go back to that potato. I just looked it up and it said, as far as like nutrition facts, about one size, medium sized potato has about 110 calories, has 26 grams of carbohydrates, but it's got 7% dietary fiber, 0 sugars. I think it says it has 1 gram of sugar, but it's 0 sugars. I don't know how they figured that out. 3 grams of protein, 2% calcium, 6% iron, 15% potassium. It has more potassium than bananas. A medium-sized potato contains 15% of your recommended daily value of potassium.
Yes.
It also says, too, like if you're not using salt on it, it actually helps with blood pressure. And then the vitamin C, 30%, and even it contains B6 at 10% for one medium potato.
And what does the butter and sour cream have?
Probably more calcium and vitamin D and just all kinds of tasty goodness.
Well, that's like people used to, say, oh, potatoes are fattening. And it's like, no, potatoes are not fattening. It's what it's they become the vehicle to get all those things that are not good for you. But it's like, use real butter, use real sour cream. Like, don't do the light, don't do the, don't do margarine, don't do fake,
Yeah. We're
Then
not talking about potato skins with a lot of cheese and bacon and all that good stuff.
Green onions.
Green onions, yes.
Greek yogurt. I like it just as much as sour
I do that. I do that. Instead of sour cream, I use Greek yogurt too. That's so funny.
Yeah. So Swiss chard, another one. And DCB says, 1 year I gave 100 pounds of green beans to my church. I do green beans good, but not this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So good night, Kentucky Goblin. Thanks for coming in.
Right.
Our next one, where were we at? Oh, I need to clear that one. Hide this so that I can. Oh, hardest worker was like, I couldn't even remember where we were. Okay, I didn't. Chat GPT gave me this. It was like class clown, and it's like, well, no, the person that is the pain in you know what. So, anybody have any plants where you just like you can just suck rocks and die?
Or a weed, it says. That's what I thought of was.
Yes, any weed.
I don't know if
any weed is a plant.
Clown. Yeah, it's just a jerk.
That's what I said.
Jerk. I have to I don't even know. The common name for this weed that we deal with, and it's actually during the summer and the warmer months. I think it's called breakoff. Is a common name for it. It's like a breakoff weed. Supposedly medicinally, it can be used for pain, but not like the lettuce, the wild lettuce. But this thing has a taproot that's like a small carrot, and it's the one that I've told you guys about that loves to grow out of my pavers or loves to grow next to a border that's next to my house. And I'm like, and it the way that it grows up and then it spreads out everywhere. Like it just spreads out, and I am so fed up with it. I can't wait for the season to be over to get rid of it. I've even thought about tarping my pavers to try and just kill it because it's just so prolific this year. But yeah, totally pain in the butt, because it's not like something like purslane where you can eat purslane. Like I can just eat purslane, rinse it off, and you can use it in a salad. This thing, I don't know. Maybe if I knew how to use it, I would be happier with it. But it just explodes, and it's everywhere right now, and it's driving me crazy because, you pull it and you can't get the root out because it's stuck down between pavers. It's coming right back. Even with like the mixture of the vinegar, the salt and stuff, that lovely mix.
Yeah.
So it's like, whatever. What was that? Thanks. I feel a little more flavorful now.
So Francia, it was the hardest working
Was the
ones
tomato,
were,
yeah,
yeah. So,
the tomatoes, yeah.
okay. So what about you, Robin?
Well, if you go with the thug,
Oh,
thug, it's the trumpet vine. I have a yellow trumpet
oh,
vine that we planted. Now,
uh-huh.
I particularly waited till I found yellow because everybody else has orange, right? I want
Right.
a yellow one. Found the yellow one, put it in. Worst decision I ever made. It came out maybe 7 years ago. It's
It's
never
so,
all the way out, no matter
oh
how
my
hard I
goodness.
try.
Is it related at all to morning glory? Because I know people have that issue with the morning glory that, they
I don't
didn't.
know what it's related to, but it is a thug. And if you go volunteer,
Mhm.
the volunteer, it was sort of a happy volunteer. We had 3 ground cherries in the back. I didn't plant any this year because I just didn't have room. And
Right.
it came up in the ground next to the pot where they were in.
Mhm.
And so we have some ground cherries.
I forgot
Mm.
about the volunteer part. That's my amaryllis. I find amaryllis all over my yard, and I don't even know how they got there. Like completely further away from the patch of amaryllis that I had. I'm like, what are you doing way over here? Like I can't eat you. So why are you here and over there? Just
Right,
yeah, that's
right.
amaryllis.
I do. Well, I know we're still in our topic, but I don't want to miss this. But
Mhm.
TCB says, "Oh, hey, did I mention that I'm going to sell my honey? Yay! They want it even
Wonderful.
and all of it and even more. So yes,
Yay!
congratulations for you.
Check out Shawnee Grows. She actually did a lot of that on all the things that we can sell out of our garden. I think it was Shawnee. What was that? Like different things we can do with our garden to make money.
I don't recall what it was called, but we talked
Yeah, I
about
don't.
it somewhere.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. DC, I don't think that mint would be the hardest worker. I think that would be the pain in the arse plant. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
blackberries are hard worker, but they can be a pain in the arse for a lot of people too because they
Yes,
come up
yes.
everywhere and they have
Yeah.
thorns.
Yeah. Miss Shawnee Grows, what is your surprise volunteer weeds, the pain in the you know what, or just, and it can be positive too. It can be like, this was great. I was so happy to have this. Oh no.
Right.
So I'm gonna say the surprise volunteers, I'm accepting them. I have gourds or some kind of squash taking over in the evergreen trees. It's in the tree, and then around the arbor, I
Wow.
had top dressed compost places, and it had all these seeds in it because now it's just this of whatever that thing is. I'll have to send you a picture, and you can tell me because I don't really know
Right.
if I'm supposed to eat it or just decorate with it. Um, you know, and then the weed, that quickweed, I call it quickweed, gallant soldier, the thing that is I tried solarizing because it
Yeah.
was just everywhere and I've been pulling it
Yeah.
out and every part of it re-roots itself like mint does.
Yeah.
And I spent 2 hours Friday pulling that weed out and it was in the wildflower bed. I took a whole wheelbarrow's worth to the burn pile and then I did all the edging and I was putting boards and more of the DeWitt Sunbelt woven ground cover in places. And I'm so glad that I'm starting to use the grass clippings as mulch in the fall garden because it's starting to come back up. Like
Mhm.
I didn't get rid of
Mm.
it and I hate it so much. I look at it and I'm
Mm.
like, I hate you. Get out of my
Mhm.
garden. And I'm seeing it now crawling into the grass.
Yeah.
So like every time the
Right.
grass is mowed, we're just replanting it.
Could be. If it gets to seeding, like it gets to its seed point, unless it also is one that travels underground, you know.
And then the
Right.
plant gets so big because I've been picking them when they're I don't know 6 inches, and then on the wildflower bed they were monsters. So you would find where it finally came out, and the stem, it's something that grows in the woods, I guess, and it came to the garden because we brought soil from the woods over one year. I don't know what
Right.
year, but
Right.
man,
Yeah. So mine, of course, is the bindweed, or like it's a version of the morning glory, and it
Okay.
travels upwards to 15 feet underground, and this would go with. Sorry, I was just listening if it was my chickens or not. I will have to pause for a second and go put them up. But so when I bought the home, there was a big pile of wood chips that were over just at the corner of the lot, like right at the street, kind of, past where my potatoes are now. And, and it was like when I bought the house, it's like I had a list that I had put on my prayer list. And it was like, I did want a garage because I didn't want my hair to get wet, or a carport at least. And, everything in the house was great, and everything, but it was like, but it's a yard that needs a gardener, and I don't garden. And it was like, oh my gosh, and I thought, well, there's all those wood chips, I don't know why they disposed of them over there. So we hauled all the wood chips all over, covering all the garden, the flower beds and stuff like that. And it was like, there, I won't have to weed. The bindweed was in there. And I brought it all back.
Oh no.
Because that first year there was no bindweed. And, and I didn't do it right away. And I brought them all because I was like, I don't know what to do with those wood chips. So I brought them all in. All that bindweed came in here. And it's like half of my lawn is probably bindweed, really. And it, and it's like they're trying to grow, and it's like they're growing on, like they're trying to climb up on each other, and it, pulls down all my plants. And I do every year go, okay, we're going to fight this. Before I was a gardener, I would sit on the patch where I would have the wood chips, and we would dig right to the very end of whatever that root is. And the next week there would be more. And it was just never. Bindweed. It's called bindweed. And so it just looks like morning glory. I want to see if I can get an image of it. It's beautiful. It makes cute
Little heart-shaped leaf. It's pretty. Yeah, but it's a pain in the...
pretty. And it's everywhere. Like I have it everywhere. Took some time to get it into the backyard, but it made its way. So I will show you. And it's a lovely little flower. These are very big for the flower that it is. And so it is a bee-friendly thing. So that part is nice. This is probably closer to mine. Share this tab instead. These leaves are actually quite big compared to mine. To be honest, mine are pretty, they're very thin kind of. Oops, and bring us all back up. So yes, a real pain in the bum. Yes, it is. And Shawnee has just said, bindweed is an invasive, deep root, creeping perennial weed that with arrowhead-shaped leaves and trumpet-shaped white or pink flowers. And mine are mostly white. But I am going to slip away, and Carole, you can man the chat, and you guys, and then we'll just continue on. We're almost through our whole thing because I think there is some people. Everybody's got bindweed.
I don't think I have it, but I also was on a different page trying to find. Bethany is actually the break-off weed, or at least that's the common name. I had heard mine was named break-off, but even I remember talking to How to Garden. He's like, "Oh, I know the name of that. Can't think of it." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's me. Every time I see that weed, I can never think of the name of it." But DCBs is saying he's got a lawn full of native blackberry vines. See, that would freak me out with my kids because of the thorns that blackberries, but I love blackberries. I mean, it's free food. A real pain in the bum, I guess. Yep, it looks like everybody does have it. Half backyard. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah,
I'm talking about Creeping Charlie.
Oh, are they? Okay. Because I was over it.
I have a lot of Creeping Charlie, probably half my yard, literally. I've got violets, I've got clover. but it's pretty in the spring. It's purple. I have a purple lawn.
Yeah. No, it's not the Florida Bethany. That's as soon as they said that, I knew, because I had told you that rattlesnake tail kind of grossed me out. That's why I never tried it. Blah. Like the shape of the tuber that's underneath people. Well, not just people. Bow ties eating them and snacked on them before. I never went out of my way to try it. I've eaten purslane that I like. As far as eating the weeds, and Shawnee's encouraged us to do that too on her channel, and she's working for her 4,000. For those of you listening, watching the replay, please just go hang with Shawnee sometime after 9:30. She just pops up between Monday, Thursday, sometimes Friday. It's more carrot shaped bow tie, but it's not a wild carrot. It's not, thank God, it's not poison hemlock. I don't know. Don't remember the name of it. Yeah, no barefoot in your backyard with those coming up. Yeah, the thorniest plant that I brought in, I forgot about the Diva part, died within 2 weeks. I had bought it online. Plant looked great. Put it in my backyard. I have no idea what happened. If it got too much water, not enough. Because, our sprinkler system, I need to go in and flag them because my husband doesn't really now, unless it's in the lawn, like in the backyard, because he's not allowed to really be in my backyard and do much there working for a lawn service. I'm always afraid he's going to throw something down that might affect my plants. But yeah, what was I going to say about that? Oh, it was loaded with spikes. It's a beach rose, but it was supposed to be like great for, what is it you guys collect up north?
The
And
hips.
it's high and thank you. Yes, it was supposed to be a good one for southern states for the rose hips. But yeah, now it's just sitting there brownish and all thorny and mocking me. It's pot.
The first time I encountered a stinging nettle in the yard, I mean, I thought it was just a weed, and it doesn't look that vicious,
Right.
up the stem. And gloves are optional for me.
Right.
I'm weeding.
Right.
I'm
You
like,
grabbed one.
holy
Mhm.
crud. And then for 24 hours,
Yeah.
my fingers were stinging.
Oh.
Not horrible, but
Right.
just nonstop. It was.
I've seen people though with really bad like rheumatoid arthritis or arthritis in the hands actually brush their hands through it because it supposedly helps relieve some of their arthritic pain. I think it just kind of distracts their brain completely because it's got that stinging feeling, but medicinally, yeah, it might work. It's just that does not sound fun to me at all. At all. Now, are you able to do with stinging needle? Can you put like tape on yourself, and rip it off and relieve any of that?
It took only once.
And then you didn't.
If I see it now, I put the gloves on.
It's supposed to be great for tea. I think Shawnee and I have talked about the tea. I know I had some from like Wildcrafted Medicinal like tea company. It's supposed to be great for a lot of things. The stinging nettle, like respiratory. I think it's good, right?
Let's
Do you
see.
remember?
The tea blends that have nettle in it for me are the Winter Week for Women monthly, and I think my anti-inflammatory mix has nettle in it, and then I had a nettle tincture to help with allergies.
Yeah, that's it. Allergies.
But I have never grown it or touched it.
Me either.
You don't want to touch it.
I think I saw wild lettuce and I hoed around it tonight in one of my beds. I actually was glad to get outside. However, also sad because I get so overwhelmed by what I want to do and what it looks like now that I just kind of let me water everything. I'll do this. I'll have to go inside for a minute and take a break because it's just so overwhelming. Like what? It's just too much. It's just too much. Plus our weather is still gross. It's just gross outside. Tonight at least was a little cooler, but you just walk into a wall of like heat and humidity. I keep spelling citronella. I don't know. I know that's so weird. Sometimes spell check. I hate it when spell check doesn't know how to spell something that I need to spell, or they correct the spelling that I have that's like the correct spelling, and then I sit there and doubt myself. And Barry's got an earworm of a Metallica song. I hate that when that happens, where it just plays over and over in your head. Yeah, you have a lot of citronella down there, Bowtie. That's what you were saying. I think that you had a lot that you propagated. Because I watched Shawnee's replay, which was awesome to see you guys all up there.
Yeah, we had a party yesterday. Filled
Yeah,
in the time slot, and it was out of my normal, and I've had a lot of good feedback from it that people enjoyed it.
Yeah,
It was nice.
Thanks to all you guys. Yeah.
Yeah, it was neat to watch it. And everybody did kind of stay on the gardening topic. I was very, proud of everyone in the chat and everything. Very good. I need a tea for this.
Citronella.
Yeah.
I buy 2 of them and I put them plants on either side of my bar where we sit in years when it's not so freaking hot outside.
Right. I just can't stand the smell of the plant
or
yeah,
it's at least in that immediate little area.
Yeah, I just can't. I'm just not a fan.
You don't like the smell?
Yeah, that and marigolds. I think I have some kind of insect DNA. Both of them totally are like, ugh, gross. I was able to I had a Thai. Because I'm gluten free, I can't have like ramen, like a quick ramen noodle, anything that they make, unless it's the ones that are gluten free. And then those packets are usually kind of gross. I finally found a Thai version with rice noodles. It's pho. It's like a pho cup. I know that's not. Oh, okay, guys. It spelled like pho. It's spelled like pho, PHO, and it's in a cup. That just did not sound right. But that's not. Maureen, I'm so sorry. Anyway, it comes in a cup and it's like an instant noodle. And I found one that usually they will put Thai basil in, and I can't stand Thai basil. Like that overwhelms me too. This time it's really strong. And this time I'm like, oh, it tastes like basil. It almost has like an Italian flavor more than it was actually a Vietnamese broth. And I was like, this one I like, even though it's instant, probably has some things in it I shouldn't be eating, even though it's supposed to be healthy. But whatever, I would love to know what cultivar Thai basil they used in it, because I know it was still Thai basil, but it wasn't overwhelming. Like maybe because they dried it and it's, processed. I don't know. Yeah. I'm so sorry, guys. Carole, what was I trying to say?
Send them an email and go, I need to know what cultivar basil you
Yes. What cultivar is that? It's fantastic. It didn't make me want to gag. Because a lot of the pho places, when they make it, they just put in too much and I can't have their broths. I'm just like, I want your rice noodles, but your broth, I don't want that basil in it. And it's usually in most of them. I'm like, it's gross. No, thank you. I don't want soup that tastes like licorice. But yeah, it grows. And what's a shame is that one grows like crazy here. That'll grow like a weed in my backyard. That's how I learned I didn't like the smell, because it was doing that. It was taking
like the smell of holy basil? Tulsi?
Yeah, Tulsi doesn't bother me too much because it doesn't seem to, I don't know, maybe because it's shaded a little bit in my garden. It just, and I don't have as much. Like the other basil, the Thai basil, I had like a whole area that it had taken over. So every time I walked out that door to go into my backyard, it was over to the right, and it was just like, it would hit me. My Tulsi is only in a pot like this big right now. So it's probably, maybe if I had more Tulsi, I might smell that licorice smell more, but it hasn't bothered me even when I made the tea with the Tulsi. So
I don't know that it smells licorice, but it smells strong.
It has a smell, but
fennel kind of
maybe
has
a little
licorice smell.
And it's funny because fennel, I like. Is it fennel? It is the one that has the base that the Italians use, right?
Yeah,
Fennel is
the
the
little
one that,
bulb, and then
yeah, it kind of looks like
little, like,
celery
fronds.
when it comes up, and then it's got the fronds that look like dill.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, fennel, I actually had one time they made like these meatballs and they chopped up the fennel root or that bulb, and it was like so good. It was like a turkey Swedish kind of style meatball, so it was like in a gravy, but they put that chopped up fennel in there. I'm like, I never thought I would like that, but it's good. Like it tastes so yummy.
It is.
Never had it again. I've got to find that recipe too. That just it was so yummy.
I invented a really nice soup last year because I had a lot of carrots and fennel at the same time. So I made a carrot fennel soup, and
Oh, that would be good.
it was good.
Yeah. I've had fennel in a vegetable juice that had carrot in it, and I thought, I was like, oh, this is taking a risk, but it was so mild and it was good. It was a good balance.
Mhm.
Good job, Diva and crew. Yeah, I said something that sounded bad. I was talking about pho, the soup.
Oh.
Yeah, and how I found the faux. Yeah, I had to explain that it looks like faux, but I said the proper pho.
way. Yeah.
Yes. And I found one in a cup and I said that together, the pho with the cup, and it didn't sound good. And I'm sorry.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I'll see if I get a strike or something. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't think you will, because there's so many YouTube channels that say those words on purpose a lot. And I didn't. I even, they'll tell you I was surprised when it came out of my mouth too. I was like,
I'll just
I
have
didn't mean that.
I'll have a cup of faux.
Yes, I'm gonna say it wrong.
right.
Just stay safe.
Yeah.
Ready?
Thank you for welcoming me back. Yep. So our biggest show off. Who is the biggest show off in your yard and garden, past, present? I just
You want me to go first?
I do.
Yeah.
Okay, the biggest show off this year in the garden, Harry, I just got to plug in
Ding dang tomato.
and power is, well, they're showy, but the leeks. I let the leeks I put that cover on them over winter so that they would definitely make it back for this year, so I could let them go to seed. And they're majestic, and they have those balls on the top, and they were they were beautiful. Definitely the biggest show off in the garden.
Do you show how you plant them? I had to floss.
Oh, how I plant my leeks? So yeah, I learned this trick from a UK channel. You like dibber down a hole.
Yep.
About 8 or 10 inches, so you get a nice long white blanched end. Put your start in, and your start should be about at least this big. When you put it in, and then you just let the soil naturally fill back in there so it can expand and be blanched, and you get the nice long white part on the leeks. That's how I do it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty close. But myself, I use a Diva.
A Diva and not a dibber?
Yeah, I don't use a dibber. I use a Diva because when I first started gardening, I was watching all the British channels, and they all said, you take a Diva. So I use a Diva. So
say the compost, how they say
compost. You just go and take your compost, and you take you cover the garden with your compost, and then you use your Diva and you put in a hole.
And you get it out of the garage first.
The garage,
garage. Yes.
Oh my God. And you want to grow it near your organo. Organo. And your and what is your other what are the zucchinis?
The
courgettes.
Oh,
courgettes. The courgettes
yes,
and the basil. The basil.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, I do too. So I go, even I'll be talking to myself. I'm going to take my Diva and I'm going to go put it in there. and Diva. But I think I planted my leeks. I planted them way too close to each other. So it's
You know what?
mhm.
I have planted mine very close to each other, and if it's in a very sunny spot, it works.
Right.
Mine want to lay down all the time.
We just want to take a
Ooh,
nap.
that's not good.
No, they don't want to stand up and be majestic. They want to lay down. And so actually,
Hmm.
no, Homestead Aquarius is not. Anyway, so that's the leeks is your biggest show off. Carole, what's your plant's the biggest show off?
Mine, it doesn't get to show off too often because it has to be on a 5-year growth. It's the night blooming cereus, which is that plant that I have that's older than me, that came from my dad. And they bloom kind of like a cactus, like a dragon fruit would bloom. They're really wild looking white flowers, but you have to catch it right. And they like their namesake, they only bloom at night and then they close and that's it. You've missed the show. It's a one night show, opening and close.
That's right.
I had one in the house, and
Did you? Oh,
I missed it twice.
yeah. I've missed it more than that. And it's weird too, because sometimes like I would have it would get stressed out and it would just have so many blooms on it and I would totally miss them. And I'd be like so mad at myself because I was like, oh, good show's coming. And then blank out about it and then realize see them hanging there in the morning.
Dang it.
Like,
Missed it.
Yeah, totally missed it. But yeah, that's
Miss Shawnee
that
Grove?
one. Yeah.
Oh, you've got another. Do you have another one?
Oh no, I was going to say one that actually Shawnee encouraged me to go and finally get myself, which was the butterfly bush. It's so pretty, and I have so many butterflies like showing up for that now because I didn't have enough flowers going off. I had like my plumera tree, but I felt like I didn't have any lower pollinators really flowering a lot, and it's like oh, so gorgeous. I love it. I love it. So beautiful.
I love that there's, we have such diversity with our grow zones and the different things. And, and especially, things that you bring to the table. It's like, we could only dream of those kinds of plants. We'll just dream
you could have them
of
as
having
houseplants.
drumsticks and racks and hands. Learn something new today.
So odd. I know.
Yeah,
So
it's
odd.
like you're just like, oh, I'm gonna go get a bunch of, but it's like no, that I would agree. Like the proper term is, oh, here I'll just slice off a,
A hand of
well, I better not
bananas
say
off
that.
the
I
rack.
should say here I can give you hands of bananas or
A hand of bananas.
hand of bananas. Okay, Miss Shawnee Groves.
My gladiolas are looking really great this year, like they always do.
Yeah.
When it has like a two-tone in the flower itself, I would say that because the sunflowers and other things, even the Mexican sunflowers, I have little green beetles eating everything, all the gardens.
Ooh, poo. Yep.
Yeah.
So I feel like all your flowers are just stunning.
You like all my flowers?
They're so
Yes,
beautiful. Like it's just like when you're showing your videos, it's like they're so healthy and robust.
Okay, now I'm gonna do a video of all the bug infested ones.
Okay. That'll make us feel better because like your wildflower spread, and I know Robin was saying like how gorgeous it is too. But for us, I think it's so gorgeous because at one point, like some of the shots, it looked like Monet's paintings. I was like, that totally reminds me of what Monet must have been seeing while he was doing his paintings.
It was like they were perfectly scattered in colors, and it was lovely.
Gorgeous.
Do you lift your gladiola bulbs for the
I have
winter?
to. Yep.
Okay.
So, okay. Here at the rental house in the backyard, I wasn't taking the gladiolas out and they were still blooming and rising and living the next year.
Wow.
Out at I don't know why. Back here, they just for some reason made it. We did always cover everything with leaves. But when I tried it out at the garden away from home for the first time last year, none of those came back. I had to go get new ones from the local person that sells them. And so this year I've had to remember where I'm putting them, and it made it so it was easy to like dig the trench up and pull them back out and then store them all winter and then replant them in the spring or
And then how do you
whenever I
store
plant.
them?
So last time I did an experiment in the basement where they were in, you know what those crates look like that maybe flower farmers get bulk like tulips planted in? They're in my van, I think, right now. I put it in that so I had airflow. And then it was just in the basement. And my basement isn't the best space for things because of what is in there. So this year, I don't know what I'm going to do because I don't think that you can put them in the fridge. And I've done that before with things that I bought on sale discount, and I put them in the fridge to plant next year, and the fridge got too cold and froze them. And the reason we have to dig them up is because they won't survive the winter. They'll get mushy. They'll get frozen and they won't grow again.
Yeah,
DCP.
it'll
So if
burst
we
the
dig them
cells.
up, then
Right.
we can replant them and keep having them grow.
Right.
I'm not really sure what I'm going to do this year.
Can you explain why you need to dig them up?
Yeah, I
She
just
did. She said they get mushy because
they'll die. They'll get frozen. They'll die.
Frozen, right.
Yep.
Yeah, it busts the cells open of the plant or the
I thought there
bulb.
was something more, fancy technical. Like I know that, but I just wanted the answer for.
I'm
listeners.
sure this one knows the technical fancy term right here. Our Robin grows.
I don't.
It's not a
Not this
perennial.
time. Not this time.
It's too cold. DCB.
So the tuberous begonias I've had good luck with lifting and storing in the garage, which doesn't go below about 40 degrees. Dahlia's the first time I tried. I did it the bare way, and I had 50% survive. But last year, I just didn't have time. And I took the pots that had all the dahlias in it and just stuck them in the garage. 100%.
Okay.
Oh.
And easy. I didn't have to do anything but drag them in.
No.
Yeah, the digging up part is really off-putting.
Yeah.
Yes. That's my mom was a dahlia grower and had beautiful, and every year dug them up and and just success all the time. And I just first of all I have to remember where they are in the yard and dig them. No. So
Yeah, I would like to do dahlias and I would like to have ranunculus, but it's places where I have to remember to bring it back up in the fall before the winter comes.
I planted some dahlia out there and I have no idea where I planted it. I just wanted to see what would happen. And I won't know because I forgot after I immediately put it out there where I put it. I know I put it out there because I have one that's still bagged and the other that is not. And I just have the cardboards. And I usually will hold on to the cardboards like of bulbs that I bought. So I know. Yeah. Maybe it'll spring up and surprise me one day because that would be nice.
So I have the cheap dahlias for right now to play with. And now that I have the formula, I feel like I can pop for the expensive ones.
Right. That would be awesome. Yeah. Once I get it down, I'd like to do the same.
Certain
flowers.
I've learned over the years that sometimes you practice.
Practice with the inexpensive.
Yes, exactly.
I bought some of those alliums, that have the big heads, big, like purple heads. Those were almost $25 a piece. And that was just like stupid expensive. And they probably went for 5 years or so. That's too much money.
Yeah. All right, and we've just got a few more here, but I do want to just say, help us reach 3,000 friends who love gardens as much as we do. Every subscription, share, and view makes our community bloom. And for those of you who join as members, thank you. It truly helps. It truly keeps this work going. So the next One was most generous giver, the plant that keeps on producing and never stops.
Okay. Yep.
Who's got that?
Chives.
Chives.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Because you can cut it down and it comes back. And then
Yep.
ours live through the winter. Like they'll come back in the spring. Right now they're flowering. They look wonderful. Chives give.
Chives.
So the garlic chives are with the white blooms. That's what
These have white blooms. So is that what I couldn't remember what I planted, if they were garlic or
kind of a
onion
flat
chives.
leaf, a little bit flat leaf.
Hmm.
Yeah, those are the garlic.
But don't
Yeah.
garlic
Put it in a
chives?
video.
Don't garlic chives taste like more like a garlic, or?
A little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, you can smell it.
Yeah.
Society garlic, you can eat that, right? Because they have those pretty flowers. Or is it just a
I've never heard of society
ornamental?
garlic.
I just have the common one. And
Society.
it
They
makes
make white, like
a
little white.
purple.
Yeah, they have the purple ones, and then they have the ones that have the white blooms. And I've seen them down here quite a bit, and I'm like, wonder if you can eat it though. Can I eat that? I'm gonna have to research it. I just saw them today. That's what made me think of it. Like,
But they sell the society ones in the frou-frou section at the nursery.
oh, they're frou-frou. Well, this was on OfferUp, so it would be like a local neighbor who deals with plants. Is a plant dealer.
Right.
Dealer.
Yeah, like the ones in the mangoes in the trunk, like
Yeah, the back of the van.
in the back of the van.
Meet me in the mall parking lot.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
So what would you say, Miss Robbins? Robbins Gardens?
The most giving plant in the garden this year, it is my Socrates cucumbers.
Oh,
They have gone since May when I put it in. And they're still giving me cucumbers now. Same plants. Normally I have to replant and do a second round. But yeah, Socrates cucumbers.
wow.
It's an F1.
Okay. Yeah.
And I didn't think cucumber beetles.
Yes.
Oh, maybe it's one that's resistant.
It's
they do
more
that?
resistant. What is
Okay.
the chemical cucurbitacin that it puts off that smell that attracts them?
Oh, yeah.
The Socrates
Exactly.
has a lower cucurbitacin.
I'm also wondering if the
big word.
cucumber beetle doesn't like
Love
the
it.
heat. You know how we were talking about when we have high heat, we have different funguses or pests that we deal with, or
Right.
things that don't show up that normally do. And I'm wondering if there's a connection there too with the temperature that has been going on this year. I don't know. I'd have to look it up.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the squash bugs came on cue, but I mean, I'll take it because I had so many. Yeah.
I just had one of those little like moments, and it was like, there's Robin saying, yeah, it's still going. I didn't have to replant it. And I went, what? You mean if your cucumber plant is dying, you could have a backup cucumber plant that could come in and be part? It was like, why have you never thought of that, Maureen? It's like I go, here's what we're planting. This is all you get. This is all we're doing this summer. And it's like, you could plant them again a little later and have a second. And it's like a little bit of a moment for me there.
Oh, good.
Miss
Took me
Carole.
a lot of years to get that figured out, but I got that figured out. But this year I didn't have to. It was the plants were still going strong, and I'm like, I'm not doing another.
It's beautiful, beautiful.
All right. If we're talking annuals, I think my asparagus beans, when I grow them, just give and give and give and give for the longest time. They're great. Wish I liked them more because they do. They are so prolific. But of course, my bananas and my mulberries are always winning that prize. That's why they stay in my yard.
Yes, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
How often do you get a rack of bananas in the course of a year?
I don't count. I just let them do their thing, and I'm like happy when they're there. I just let them do their thing. I actually need to go into the mat and clear it because it's become too congested, and it's starting to. They're competing for all the minerals in that area, and in the soil. which sucks because that's a hard job. they, they're not, they're really tight in there. And, you know, the thing is like this thick that's below the corm. The corm is like that deep down under them. So it's not fun to go and do that. It's better if you keep on top of it and take the pups out and everything. But I don't really have other places to just move pups around in my yard, because once you do, then you're dealing with it in that part of the yard too.
Right.
So yeah, I don't count it anymore. I think it's like 6 months is what I've heard. Mine's a dwarf. So the dwarfs tend to, you know, send out a rack sooner, but then it takes a long time for it to, you know, mature. I can't even think of words. Words are hard. Like Shawnee says, words are hard tonight.
Yep. So
do I have a pole saw? I just got an electric pole saw. DCB. Yeah. I've only gotten to use it once so far, but that's not going to help with those. They're watery and their sap will jam up my brand new DeWalt electric pole saw.
Yeah.
I had to get that out there.
So what is my most generous giver?
Yes. What is it?
I think I'm going to say, even though it's multiple plants, I would probably say the spaghetti squash. Because it just seems like it's like, oh, look at you're bringing home 9 more spaghetti squash. You're bringing, like, I think that's probably one of them. And, you know, again, back to the Swiss chard, just because it's like, oh, cut it, got some more. What would be in the past where we'd just be now? I guess I think this, like, you know, the spaghetti squash would be so. That would be mine. Okay, most resilient.
Wait, there's one more. When you made me think. I wasn't even thinking perennials, but the blackberries.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh! Every year they just give and give and give, and this year is no exception. And in buckets, it's awesome.
Yeah. I agree. I'm. This is my first year. I think I've had the blackberries. This is year 3, and they were, and these are thornless, and I've got 2 different varieties. I can't tell you what they taste like because I'm allergic to them, but my chickens loved them, and they're still fruiting now. Like there's still fresh fruit coming on, and the girls haven't quite seen that it is kind of at their level. There was a couple times where you'll see them try to whoop. You know, it's like, how do I get up there? But they love to see me around it because, like, oh, she's good as blackberries. So, most resilient, bounced back against the odds. It can be past, present, can be annual, perennial, can be anything you want. Anybody got anything?
I said mine in the beginning. It was the mulberry. Mulberry's the most resilient.
Yes.
It's really hard to kill, thank God. It's really hard to kill.
Okay.
So I'm grateful for that.
Got one, Robin? Oh, you're still thinking.
Well, yeah. Okay. I've for myself, I've always planted poppies right in the earth, and I do it early, as soon as, you know, there's no snow and I can see a spot where I want them. That's where I spread the poppies, because they like that cold stratification to bloom. But I wanted poppies for the kitchen garden project up in Door County that I've been involved with this year. So I planted them in little 6 cells. Oh my gosh, keeping those little poppy seedlings alive in the 6 cells was a drama. But I did. I kept enough alive that I could get there, and they were beautiful. But I've learned, you know, you don't do that with poppies. You just spread the seed where you want them.
Right. I saved all my poppies, and they're very, very neat, unique looking poppy. But Miss Shawnee Groves, what has been your most resilient?
I can't think of anything other than the story where the property owner mowed down one of my elderberries in the first year when I planted them. So we're on year 2, and it grew an elderberry plant still and is flowering and making berries this year. But it looks
Wow.
different than the other ones. It's
Right.
shorter.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know otherwise. I haven't
Mhm.
answered.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think my
So
amaryllis too.
kids just love that, give me a haircut. They love
Right.
that.
Right. I've actually picked my amaryllis and just thrown them aside to plant them somewhere else, left them there, and they rooted themselves into the ground and kept going. So they're another one too that they're hard to kill. I did look up for dwarf banana trees. I didn't keep track in the beginning, and it says 9 to 18 months after planting, and then it's about 6 months for the bananas on the stalk or the rack to ripen. But it's not that long of a wait for me anymore because I have a whole mat of them. Like they've all
Right.
been planted and they all shoot up. So maybe it's about 9 months from pup to growth, but I don't notice because they're all going off at different times.
Yeah.
Like right now, I just harvested that rack that you guys saw. I have a very mini rack because it's like
Yeah.
tiny. And then I have another one that's coming on that's about in between the size of the one I
Incredible.
harvested and the small one. So yeah.
Incredible.
That's why I'm also nervous about digging into it and separating it because I like
Right.
that.
Right.
It's
like,
just rotation.
I got
of
low
fruit.
maintenance food,
Yes.
for
I
6
don't want to
months,
screw it
and
up.
don't be messing with
Yeah.
that.
Don't want to mess
Do
with
I
it.
have a most resilient bounce back against the odds? I'm gonna say myself.
Hmm.
You know how many beans I planted? Do you know how many peas I planted? Do you know how many lettuce seeds I tried to plant? You know how many broccoli seeds I planted? I was resilient. I just kept coming back and kept planting them. I finally gave up, and Shawnee, she actually said, "Stop trying to plant them in the cells. Just go plant them outside." It's it's like it's
Direct
June,
up.
Maureen.
Mhm.
You could just go out and you're like, yeah, fine.
Right.
So I don't have anyone that like off the top of my head that was like, in the past though, I have had pumpkin, where it was like it's dying and yellowing, and I just put some poo-poo juice on it, and it was like within a couple of days it had like it just put on like 2 feet of vine, like a brand new vine, and it was like, thank
Awesome.
you. Yeah, so a couple of last little things. The best tool you can't live without. What's the one thing you grab every single time you head out to the garden?
That's a good one.
My phone.
Right? As YouTube creators, the phone.
I have to have my phone in my bucket with me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I know. I
Very
asked
smart.
Mark, and he's like, "Your hands." Like I can't say that.
Oh yeah. You never lose them. I think that was like, I don't know if it was Robin who said it or if it was the side chat that one night. It was like my hands.
Uh-huh.
That's
I
great.
think it sort of depends on the phase of the garden.
Right.
Your tools are different. Right now,
True.
I go out with my pruners, succotaurs in the pocket and my little alcohol sprayer to,
Mm.
Yeah.
sanitize them that goes in my pocket. But I'd have to say like long haul over the whole season. If I couldn't do without it, it'd have to be the Hori Hori. Hands down.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
My hula ho, I think, would be mine. Sorry, I didn't mean to
Hula
interrupt
ho.
you. I love my hori hori too, but the hula ho
Yeah.
because of all the weeds down here.
Yeah.
Oh, all the weeds.
that'd
Yeah,
be a
mine would
close
be the pruners. It's like it's just part of, doesn't matter what time of the year, because there will be somewhere that I might need to
Right.
prune, and it's like when I don't bring them, you're like, I'm right here, and I can get. So I do
True.
not go without my pruners, which I've been using the same pair for the last few years. I asked for a pair for Christmas. They're in the garden somewhere, and I don't know.
It's called a
Oh,
hula ho. Daisy V's is like, your what, Carol? Hula ho. Hula ho. It's called something
Hula
else
ho.
too. Shawnee calls
Stirrup,
it, I think,
stirrup hoe. I call it a stirrup
Yeah, you
hoe
guys call it stirrup hoe. That's it.
because
I
mine looks.
love my cultivator hoe, but that's the one that's missing.
Yeah.
That's the one that has the 3 prongs on one side, and then it's just a regular hoe on the other side. I miss that thing so bad.
Okay. One of the biggest regrets, the tool or gadget you wish you'd left at the store on the store shelf.
Mm.
Got anything?
Oh my God, I have so many of those, Maureen.
Mm-hmm.
So many. I think the one that I do, we talked about in one of the shows, is that weed weasel. You know, the one that goes in the ground, and if you get it in the center of like the dandelion, it works. And then you pull it up, but then you have to hit the thing on the top, and then your hand just gets bruised.
Bruised. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dumb tool. Dumb
Yeah.
tool.
Yeah. Miss Shawnee?
I don't. I talked to Mark. I said, "Is there?" I said, "I over research and only buy what I think is going to be best. I don't ever just go out on a whim." I'm like, "Mark, can you think of anything I've complained about that I've bought for gardening?" And he goes, "Well, you're really picky on the sprayer."
That's
handle."
right. I was just going to say, okay, maybe
'Cause
you didn't buy it, but the one that was bought for you was like,
he
mm-mm.
goes, "We've gone through so many of those things." I
Mhm.
said, "Okay, yeah, I'm definitely picky about what style nozzle sprayer wand thing I
Yes.
have." Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So it's like, don't buy me, if you're going to buy me a gadget for the garden, please look at my list. Mushroom.
Yeah.
And
Look at
get
my
the
list.
receipt next
And
time
yes.
Yes, the
to take it
receipt.
back. Yeah.
Right.
Carol?
Let's see. Right now, I haven't used it enough to know, but you remember those things I was so excited about that were supposed to weed in between my papers?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Not so
really-
much.
not doing as much as I thought. The expectation was like here, and yeah, they're not really getting up there. But I also, the pavers are a lot tighter together, and it was they were cheaper tools, so the handle is a little bit to where it's like the stinking tool kind of twists at the end of the handle, which drives me
Right.
crazy.
Right.
And the one that I did like, something popped out of it that's holding it onto the, long handle.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was a bit of a disappointment.
Mm.
But like Shawnee too, I'm like, I kind of research and I wait because tools are an investment. I wait
Yes.
until,
Yes.
like
Yeah.
my newest favorite tool for especially the bananas is I got a serrated shovel. Like it's serrated on both sides so it can cut
Oh.
through that.
Wow.
But I
Mhm.
still want, it's called a trench digging shovel, which is not serrated, but it's just long and thin for transplanting like trees and stuff.
Oh, yes. I've seen those.
And going around roots, like, because we have this stupid big strangler fig tree that I wish would just die.
Just strangle her down.
It strangles other trees and then goes
Uh-huh.
everywhere under the ground.
Yeah.
It's because it's like a banyan tree, if you've ever heard of those, like a
Mhm.
ficus.
Yeah.
I know. I know the other one that I.
What do you got?
You know the it's like an auger drill bit, to put on your drill.
Yeah.
To drill the holes so you could plant your tulip bulbs really fast with.
Right.
Well, I bought one. Really cool. Looks like it's going to work. But you have to have a really heavy duty drill.
Yeah, they're heavy. Those augers are very heavy.
Put it on your normal drill.
No.
Right.
You need like a
So it's
Makita or
useless.
DeWalt.
It's
Yeah.
useless
Oh,
Yeah.
until I buy a heavy duty drill. But
yeah.
Well, the safety of it, like I had talked to somebody about getting it, and they go, you realize when that thing catches or torques the wrong way, your wrist is on that. Like it's if you're not, I don't have strong wrists, is why this person was like, you're not gonna use that tool, you're gonna hurt yourself.
Mhm.
'Cause I'm like,
No.
it's such a good idea. It just puts the hole and you're good. And
Yeah.
he's like,
It
no.
depends. I think it depends on the tool and if you're used to using a power drill. Like my Makita can handle it. The DeWalt's, like if you have a hammer drill, it can handle it.
And then
So
soil
those
type, where are you
brands-
putting the hole in?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
those heavy duty drills
You go slow.
have like
You
handle on the side too. So
Yeah, that's the hammer drill. That's the DeWalt has a good
Yeah.
one. Makita does not.
okay.
From my research, like, yeah, I've been researching a hammer drill for 30 years of marriage because I have been asking for one. And my husband got me a set of Craftsman. He tried, but it's still the regular drill set that I already had, just in a different
Mhm.
yeah.
Here's another good point. If your hair gets caught, also is very dangerous.
Oh yeah, you got to have your hair put back, but you go slow. Like that's if
Mhm.
you're like really torquing it. You're not going to be doing that. You got to go slow
Right.
because you could also
Right.
hit rocks and they could fly. You go slow. They're
Mhm.
great, I think. I mean,
Yeah.
they helped me with my archway. Like when I went to put, you had to sink in these square pieces that the archway went into, so they secure it deeper into the ground. I
Mhm.
used that auger, and it was very helpful. And then
Right.
just square it out the hole. So.
Right. My biggest regret buy, I'm sure I have quite a few of them. I will, like, on the tool side, and I know it, just about any little, shovel tool that you might buy at the Dollar Tree, you know, I know that it's like, yeah, that shovel is, it's just for moving a little bit of chicken stuff, But I would probably say my biggest regret is I have all these plans and ideas. And so I go and I buy things in bulk and I buy a whole bunch of things and then I'm not able to implement them. I think that's probably one of my biggest regrets. So, yeah, that would be mine. And our last little question, confession time. We're all friends here. What's your guilty garden secret? Do you have one? And if you don't have one, you don't have to, do any of you have one? You got a garden secret that you go, please don't tell anybody.
I don't know. I think I've blabbed about all my stuff out loud publicly. I don't think I have any secret.
I know, but it's
I don't know.
for entertainment purposes
I
on
forgot
my
I was
channel.
muted. Right.
I don't know.
I'll go first and I'll tell you, like, it's because that's the only one that's coming to mind because it is current, or like it was within the last. It was in the spring. Being in a place where there is no restroom facilities and having to just right where you are. It was like, I wasn't telling
sorry. What was that soundtrack for exactly? What bodily function?
No, it's one of those things where you're just like, I have to use the loo, and there is no loo,
Yes.
and there is no way for me to get to a loo, and I certainly hope that nobody can see where I am at this moment.
Tell you that happens to some lawn people.
That happens at disc golf.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I know, but it's like, if it's for the gentleman, it's pretty
different
like
situation.
unless he needs to
Do
not
the
just
two.
yes have a two.
Use a leaf. Yeah.
Leaf, grab the wrong one.
I was
Leaves
like, oh my
of
gosh.
3, let them be. Don't let them wipe you in the high knee.
And the terrible part was that my son was with me at the time.
Oh. Well, he could be your lookout, though. He must be your
lookout, but it was also, could you see if you have anything in your truck that I could use?
So, oh my gosh.
Anyway, that was mine, and it's just like, oh geez, Maureen. That's my one confession.
My one confession is that I don't like gardening most of the time because of our heat and because of the bugs. I like the food. I like it when it cools off and I can go out there and enjoy it. And like when May comes around and all my orchids are blooming and they look so pretty. But the day-to-day maintenance, I don't go out to do it if it's really hot, and my garden suffers because of it. I don't think I was listening to Shawnee's live, and it was Jay Dixon who was saying like how the newer gardeners will have this expectation of having these gardens that look like these women who are spending like 6 hours in their garden almost daily.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
they're thinking they can go out for 15 minutes like a
Yeah,
day and get the
they
same result.
Yeah, she called
Yeah.
them Disney gardeners or something like
Yeah,
that.
the
They, you know,
Disney.
gardeners. Yeah. She said just go out,
Disney.
you know, for an hour a week total, you know.
Yeah, the Disney complex. And that's, I'm a weekend warrior. I have to do it during the weekend. And then if like the body's not cooperating or,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
something going on outside, like
Yeah.
rain,
Yeah.
I miss my time because it's
Yep.
very difficult with little man. But yeah, I've been struggling with like, do I even want to garden anymore? Do I really want to put up these annual beds? Especially today, dropping soil into my smaller ones, and it just ate it. It just ate the soil. I was like, oh my gosh. And I looked over at my really large beds that I could lay down in just like completely. And I thought, oh my gosh, I'm so up a creek. I've got to get a lot of wood to fill the bottom.
And when we talked about it, I think on your live a few weeks ago, we were kind of talking about as we, gardening as we get older. And it's like,
right.
I would agree. Like you just go, do I really want to go and lift all of that soil? Well, it's, 95 degrees out right now. It's like, no, I don't want to. So that's, yours is is an honest confession. And it's like, I appreciate that.
Thank you.
So, Shawnee or Robin?
I wish I had something.
You don't have to have anything.
You don't have to.
I said there's nothing.
I don't really have a
guilty garden
secret. No.
Yeah. No.
I wish I could be like, I stole this plant this one time. And
I've definitely prop lifted before I thought of it as stealing and just deadheaded things and went, oh, let me just stick that in my pocket. And I was like, oh, it's kind of stealing. I shouldn't do that. And then I didn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
But
You gave it up.
I gave it up for the guilt. It was just too much. Yeah.
Well, more than likely when they deadhead, it's just being onto the floor and it's just going.
I know. Yeah.
You're not really thieving.
I had a funny smell in my van. And my van's very large. It's a living room. And so it took a bit to find it. And here there was a potato rotting with maggots in it in my van. And the juices had leaked out into 2 pea packets. So like the seeds were full of potato juice. And it's literally just sitting in my front yard because I don't want to deal with it for like the last 5 days.
That's a great confession. That's
like great. The pea packets are in there, the potatoes in there, the caddy. It's just sitting in the front yard for everybody to see because it's gross and I don't want to touch it.
Yeah, just dig a hole and then take the shovel and just.
It was in my van.
Poor you. See, no, that is like, well, it's not a guilty garden secret, but it is it's like that's disgusting, but
so
anyway.
Gross.
Yeah, but it's like happened. Like it hasn't happened in my car, but it's happened like in my house where I'm like, what is that smell? And then I find the onion bag, and the onion is like that. Like an onion in the bag is like that.
Tonight, I saw gnats flying in a space, and I'm like, oh no. And it was 3 of these little melons that I brought in thinking they would like ripen or something. And they had like exploded and was oozing and was mushy and mold was growing. And I'm like, oh, okay. Nope.
I have to check these tomatoes every day because if you don't, there's one that's going to ooze and whatever.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. True. Yeah, because ours, even the ones from the grocery store with our tomatoes, like I will put them up on the counter, and now I will put them right up on like I have that. We all have it on unless you have a completely flat stovetop. That lip where all the knobs are, I'll put them up there, so I use them faster. And one was just looking still great, and I was like, wow, that's still like hanging on. Well, no, it wasn't. As soon as
you turn them around.
Turn it around.
What's going on behind your back? Yeah. What's going on back there?
Yeah, and behind the stove because it's like rotting against like the ew. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
We
kind of
really-
just have to get on a schedule because in the garage I
Yes.
have the melons and the alliums, and you got to check them, especially if you
True.
store them together, and that because one
Right.
bad whatever is going to take out more than it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how we will dry. Like, if I do get successful with onions in the future, I don't know how they'll dry here other than in my air conditioned house. And even then, it's like the air condition has to be consistent, has to be really cold because we are so just humid here.
Humid.
Like,
I
Yeah.
put mine in front of the air conditioner vent in the kitchen,
Yeah.
and they
And-
dried.
okay.
I have mine in the garage, and I have an oscillating fan, and I have to leave them there for about 4 weeks. These people say,
Wow.
"Oh, it's like a week, and you can put them in storage." Yeah, well, not me.
Yeah.
Not with
Oh,
Chicago
yeah.
people. No.
Yeah,
Um,
no. I mean, when we first moved here, we put together a gingerbread house, not knowing the humidity of Florida because we had come from California at that time. It was beautiful weather. So, we had everything open. And the next morning we came out and the gingerbread house was completely flat from the humidity.
Yeah, it got soggy.
It got all soggy. It was terrible.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. We just laughed like my parents. Like we were like, oh no. And then it was like we just laughed. We're like, what is this? Of course, my dad knew. He's like, it must have been the humidity.
Well, that is all of my questions, and so I do really appreciate you ladies for helping, because I did kind of needed a lift for this week, and so I just needed it to be having something that was a little bit
Like-
more fun and whatnot. So I just would like everybody to thank my co-hostesses, Carole South Florida Sunshine, and Shawnee Grows and Robin Gardens, and we thank you for joining us, and for all of you in the chat, we do really appreciate it. And I am just going to give one more closing encouraging note. I'm going to just say, let me just turn that off. Well, mind you, I guess you can read it yourself. So sometimes the best harvest isn't food. It's laughter, friendship, and a moment to breathe. So thanks for being a part of the joy for me personally tonight. I do appreciate you all. And thank you all for hanging out with us. So take care.
Oh, I love that.
God bless.
That was good.
That was.